Hey guys, welcome back to another Destiny video. Today we're comparing the now infamous Clever Dragon to the Grasp of Malok. Efrideet will of course be selling the Clever Dragon next week during the Iron Banner, so I figured it was about time I tried this gun out. So thank you very much to Darathon22 for allowing me to try out the Clever Dragon on his account for several hours. I'll be sure to link his Twitter account in the description below. Starting out with the base stats of each weapon, both of course have a rate of fire of 77 and an impact of 4. In PvP, this means you'll be doing 23 damage to the head and 16 to the body. Should you land all headshots, you can potentially kill in 9 shots or 3 bursts, although this is extremely rare and it will usually take 4 or 5 bursts to take down a Guardian. This means your time to kill is usually somewhere in between 0.83 seconds and 1.5 seconds. The Clever Dragon has a range stat of 31, stability of 58, reload speed of 59, and a mag size of 30, which is small considering how fast the gun fires. Moving on to hidden stats, it's got a nice aim assist at 77, but an equip speed of just 28, and a recoil direction stat of 58. The Grasp on the other hand has a range stat of 34, stability of 54, reload speed of 61, and a 33 round magazine. It's also got an aim assist stat of 82, equip speed of 60, and recoil direction of 59. So while most of the differences are minor, the Grasp of Malok is actually superior to the Clever Dragon on paper. The only stat where the Clever Dragon has the upper hand is stability, and even then it's only a minor difference of 4. Either way, the stability is going to be nearly maxed out on both of these weapons should you get Braced Frame or Handblade stock, and no matter which of these perks you get, the Grasp is going to be better off due to its higher range and larger magazine size. And a stat that really stands out on the Clever Dragon is the equip speed of only 28. This is incredibly low for any primary weapon in the game, and you can definitely feel that the gun handles slower and maybe even aims down sight a little bit slower than the Grasp of Malok, although I didn't find this to be too much of a problem. The key difference between these two weapons is the perk layout. The Clever Dragon has a 2-2-2 layout, whereas the Grasp has a 1-3-1 layout. What this means is that on the Clever Dragon, you can use 2 stat mod perks that are usually reserved for the middle column on the Grasp of Malok, allowing you to have both Braced Frame and high caliber rounds, for instance, or in the case of the Clever Dragon I used, Braced Frame and appended magazine, meaning you don't have to sacrifice your magazine size when using Braced Frame, which is pretty important considering how fast you run through your ammo with this gun. The Grasp on the other hand is only going to have 1 stat mod perks and 2 utility perks like Counterbalance, Head Seeker, Outlaw, Feeding Frenzy, or Third Eye. In a straight up one-on-one gunfight, it's going to be really difficult to compete with a perfectly rolled Clever Dragon, but a perfect Grasp of Malok is going to be better suited for taking on multiple opponents in Rumble, for instance, because you can reload faster and you can have Third Eye along with Counterbalance to improve your awareness and still have extremely low recoil. So while these guns are very similar, they have different strengths. But then there's the question of how the gun feels. In Destiny, this is usually dictated by the hidden stats. A gun with a high aim assist, good handling, and easily controllable recoil is bound to feel good. And since the Grasp has better stats than the Dragon all around, you'd think it feels better, right? Well, wrong. I think Bungie has done an amazing job at making the Iron Banner weapons look, sound, and feel unique, and I honestly think the Dragon feels much better than the Grasp of Malok. Part of this is definitely down to the fact that the Dragon I tried out had a perfect roll, whereas both of my Grasp are really good, but not quite godly. So much for farming Omnigul for 14 hours, right? But that said, I have tried out a friend's Grasp of Malok with Counterbalance, Braced Frame, and Glass Half Full, and while it was an absolute monster, I didn't quite feel like I was dominating like I was with the Clever Dragon. I literally wasn't losing gunfights with the Dragon. I was outgunning Palindromes, Blind Perditions, and even Grasp of Malok's no problem with this thing. Someone pointed out to me on Twitter that the reason that the Dragon feels better could have something to do with the fact that it's visually smaller than the Grasp of Malok. The Grasp looks quite bulky and takes up a lot of your screen, whereas the Dragon is a lot more nimble looking and blocks less of your vision. And while this is definitely a small advantage, I don't think that's the reason it felt better than the Grasp. I honestly won't be able to give you a definitive answer as to why the Clever Dragon feels better in my hands, and I'm sure some of you guys think the Grasp feels better than the Clever Dragon. So the only advice I can really give to those who don't have the Dragon yet is to pick it up next week and see if you like it better than your Grasp of Malok. Perks are of course also a big part of how well the gun's going to perform in the end. These guns are still very similar, and whichever one you have a better roll on is probably going to be the one that performs the best. And while this is probably quite obvious, I'm just going to say it anyway. If you don't already have one of these guns, make sure you grind the crap out of the Iron Banner next week. Make sure you get yourself a God Roll Clever Dragon, because this archetype of pulse rifle is dominant in PvP at the moment, arguably the best legendary weapon type on par with the mid-impact tier hand cannons. So to quickly sum it up, these guns are very similar. On paper, the Grasp of Malok is the better gun, but in my hands, the Clever Dragon definitely feels better. But that said, the determining factor of which gun is going to perform the best is also going to have a lot to do with the perks you roll on it. So say you get a better roll on your Grasp of Malok than your Clever Dragon, well the Malok is going to perform better and vice versa. So that's all I've got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed and found the video helpful, and I will catch you all on my next video.
Their glory goes to